welcome back to my channel. We have got some news that has happened over the last few days, and as you can tell, and as I have said a few times on this channel, it is the off season. So we are kind of starved for some sort of announcements or news. So without further ado, let's get into it. We've got 3 entry-level contracts to announce, I guess. Carter Bear, who was drafted 13th overall by Detroit in this past draft. The remaining of these guys were also drafted in this past draft. So, congratulations to him. Then Anton Frundell, who was drafted 3rd overall by Chicago. So, good for him. I think he's coming over from Sweden, I'm pretty sure. So he's probably going to be in the AHL next year. Carter Bear is probably going to play 1 or 2 more years of junior, then come to the AHL, then the NHL. So, and that's probably going to be the same for the 3rd guy, Radim Murka, who was drafted 9th overall by the Buffalo Sabres. So, those two, Radim Murka and Carter Bear, I will discuss them later with another thing to announce that will impact their development. So, yeah. Then we've got some contracts for NHLers to discuss. First, Bowen Byram. He decides to, or it gets decided to be announced a few seconds after I uploaded my last video, so thank you, NHL. So he signs a 2-year, $6.25 million AAV contract. That doesn't look promising for Buffalo because he wants to win, and he wanted to be kind of like the number 1 guy, but they kind of have guy named Rasmus Dahlin, who is a defenseman, and Byram is a defenseman. So, yeah, not really promising on the whole term thing, but good deal for him. He keeps it short, so if something were to happen, he can leave. I don't think he'll be an unrestricted free agent when the contract is up, but nevertheless, he's staying a Buffalo Sabre for at least 2 more years. Next, Joe Veleno. He signs a 1-year, $900,000 contract with the Montreal Canadiens. He has had his ups and downs. He's been good, he's been bad, and then just a few days or months or weeks, I don't know, it's the off season. Everything starts to blend in together. He was acquired by Seattle, put on waivers or something with the intent to terminate his contract or something like that. And then Montreal is like, we'll sign him, why not? So, yeah, he's a Montreal Canadian, so I will probably be watching a lot of him. So those are just a few signings to talk about. Next, we have 2 news items. One thing that the new collective bargaining agreement that will kick in not this season but next season is that each team, I'm pretty sure this is how it was, will be able to pick 1 19-year-old from their CHL draftees to put into the AHL. So this is where Carter Bear and Radim Murka come in, is that those 2 are pretty good already, and they will be even better by the time they're 18, or in Bear's case, I think it's going to be his 19-year-old season. So I don't think it really applies for Bear as much. He'll be in the AHL next season than the NHL season after that anyway. But for Murka, he's probably gonna be in the AHL next season. So this is probably gonna be his last year of junior. Then he'll go into the AHL, marinate in there for like a year, then go to the NHL. So yeah, that is gonna open up a few teams to be able to put some guys or a guy into the AHL that they think needs that kind of experience so they can get to the NHL quicker. For the Vancouver Canucks, that's probably going to be Braden Coots, because who else do the Vancouver Canucks have in their system that is, I'm not talking bad about anyone, but I think Braden Coots is the best in their system, and so he would be the one who benefits the most from that situation. So that's that. Then next, or last more so, the NHL has announced when their season's going to start, and it's going to be on October 7th, on a Tuesday. We can talk about the NHL's deficiencies in their, like, planning of games and everything like that later, or not at all, or I don't know. But yeah, so it's gonna start on the 7th. Some home openers of note for me. Vancouver's home opener is on the 9th. The Montreal home opener is on the 14th. And Toronto's home opener is on the 8th. So those are just some teams of note for me, because those are the teams I probably watched the closest out of the whole league. So yeah, those, we have a date to look forward to for when we're gonna get games with points on the line. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. As I mentioned throughout this video and in my last few videos, it's the off season. It's a little bit of a slog. I would probably not be talking about half the stuff I'm talking about in this video if it were like in the middle of January or something like that, or in like the end of October. So yeah, kind of have to enjoy it, the slower months, and then everything will kick back up. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you like it and let me know that you do like it, and then comment, let me know what you think of the signings. Do you think Bowen Byram is soon to be out of Buffalo? And also subscribe. I am like 1 away from 20, and that would be really cool if I got that 20. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.